When you walk in the casino, you might ask yourself, is it better to play this penny machine here or that dollar machine over there? I always hear this myth that every slot machine is the same and it doesn't matter which one you play because they're all random anyway. And while that might be mostly true, there are some really big differences with the machines. So which machine should you be playing? One of the biggest differences in the machines is in the denomination of the machine. In this episode of this series of everything about slot machines, we're going to be covering everything about denominations with slot machines. So what exactly is a denomination for a slot machine? You have to understand that slot machines are designed to be universal. A designer will just program the machine as credits. A spin might cost 3 credits and you might win like 10 credits on a spin. Or the jackpot, you might win a few thousand credits. So whether those credits are pennies, dollars, $100, it doesn't matter. The machine is just programmed for credits. And this is because the game designer doesn't know if the machine is going to be operated on pennies, dollars, pounds, euros, yen, or any of the other world currencies. So when you walk into the casino and you see a penny, quarter, dollar, which denomination should you play? Before we can decide that, we should get all the information. And one really key piece of information we can look at is the revenue reports for the casinos. We don't usually have the individual casinos, but we have the jurisdictions as a whole. What you should notice about these is that the lower denominations, like the penny machines, they pay way less, and the higher denomination, like the dollar machines, they pay way more. Now, this is just for Las Vegas here, but I've talked to techs that work in a lot of casinos all over the country, and they all say the exact same thing. We set our penny machines as the worst payback and the high limit games as the best return to player. And so what's the reason for that? We have to think about that from a math standpoint. Which one is making the casino more money? 10% of a penny or 5% of a dollar? 5% of a dollar is a better percentage for the player, but you're losing money 50 times faster per credit that you bet. So then which one should you play? Well, first we have to decide if the return to player even really matters to you. And there's a bunch of reasons for and against whether you should pay attention to it. I mean, I went into some pretty good detail in the last episode. Be sure to check that one out. But it's not super simple. But let's say you do want to get the very best payback percentage possible. The first thing that you should do is figure out your budget. We're going to cover all about budgeting in the next video. But for right now, let's assume you have a budget of a couple dollars per spin, and you're planning a max bet on whatever machine it is that you play. You could easily find a penny machine that's going to take multiple credits per line, play a whole bunch of lines, and end up with something like $3 per spin. I would avoid doing that. Even playing with that many credits, you're still playing a penny machine and you're getting terrible odds. Instead, find an older machine like a 3-reel, like a top dollar, double diamond, something like that, where the max bet is just a few credits. Playing top dollar with a 3 credit max is $3 per spin. Compared to the penny machine with 300 credits, it's still $3 per spin. Either way, you're betting $3 per spin, but you're getting significantly better odds on the dollar denomination machine. So just to reiterate that, all that matters is the base denomination of the machine. You could probably find a penny machine where you're betting like 1,000 credits per spin, $10 per spin, and you still have the same terrible odds as any other penny machine. So what I'll typically do is find an older machine, something like double diamond. Everyone always says that you have to play the max credits to get the max payback percentage, which is usually mostly true. But in this case, that difference is coming from the fact that the max top line jackpot isn't proportional. On this machine here, it's 800 credits for 1 credit, 1600 for 2 credits, and 2500 for 3 credits. So playing that 3 credits is giving you a free extra 100 credits on the top line jackpot, but that is really insignificant to the overall payback percentage. Let's say instead of 95% payback, it's 94.5% payback. That is still significantly better than the penny machine on a max bet, getting 86% RTP. One question I get a lot is about multi-denomination machines. They could have penny, dime, quarter, dollar, $5 denominations all in the same game. And now the casino can do whatever they want with this, but typically they're going to set the multi-denomination to match the rest of the casino, meaning that the higher denominations will have a better payback than the lower denominations in that same cabinet. And now it's important to remember that RTP percentages aren't necessarily the biggest factor in picking a good slot to play, but let me know which denomination that you guys have had the most luck on. But before you can pick a denomination, it's super critical that you figure out exactly how much you should be betting on each spin, which is why it's an absolute must that you have to watch the next video in the series. I'm gonna break it down with a math formula to show you how much you should be betting per spin, and I've never seen anyone else use this math formula, which completely blows me away. Don't forget to hit the like button, and please consider subscribing. Before your next Vegas trip, get educated. Thanks for watching.